Well, hey guys, what is up? What is going on out there? Yeah, Brent Abel here, webtennis.com with another episode of tennis mindset training. We can call it tennis mental toughness, whatever you want to call it. But the reality is we got to get really good at it. It's a skill. If you're a really competitive player, meaning you're playing tournaments, you're playing league stuff, maybe just a lot of really serious practice matches, the mental skills are not only trainable, but make a huge difference. And they sure did for me last year in 2023. Had a dream year for me. Just, I'm not going to bore you with the results, but look, for me, that was the missing piece was the mindset training. Anyone can do it. It doesn't take a lot of time, a few minutes a day off court and then on court. There's some things that I did as well. I've actually got a course on it if you're interested. Um, well, I will show it to you here at the end, but it's a full blown course. And it's a 28-day mindset training course that, again, it's a few minutes a day at home. And then when you're on the court, some things to really habituate and to make a habit. But anyway, look, today what we're going to work on with the mindset stuff is this quote that I got the other day from a guy who I follow, Tim Ferriss. You may have seen a lot of his podcasts, but he opened up something with a recent podcast with Noah Kagan where he says, "Why do we feel compelled to rush?" And it's just like I know it had nothing to do with tennis, but it is such a truth in tennis that we just have this need, this we're just compelled to rush, whether it's to get ready for the next shot, whether it's to end the point, whether it's to whatever. But it's something that I used to do a lot, and it just gets in the way of not only staying calm. It's just like that transformation, right? When we play practice matches and then we go play the tournament, the league stuff, we don't seem to play as well. Part of that is because once we get into the real deal where the results are made public, we have a tendency to rush to end the point for some reasons that I'm going to talk about in just a second. Look, before we get into it, tomorrow, same time, 2:30 Pacific, we're going to do a live thing. Who's doing what to whom? This is an interesting concept that I want to get into your head because I want to get out of your head the way you're thinking about sometimes in terms of tactics and strategies. So we're to talk about that tomorrow. That is a mindset shift that you got to make. Look, every day, 8 a.m. Pacific, I'm doing What's the Right Shot, another live episode. And we talk about two things. Number one, we talk about shot choice. Where do you want the ball to land over there? And then number two, how do you want to enhance the quality of the shot choice by where do you want to move to next on the court? So those two things combined kind of get you out of the whole thinking of, sometimes you got, how do I manufacture stroke technique? We got to get you out of that kind of thinking. Sure, you can have one cue. I always do on just about every one of my shots. I think about maybe one thing. Everyone says, well, you can't do that. You got to get in the zone. Baloney. You can certainly be proactively thinking about one little cue. It could be nothing more than you choose a shot and then for me, it might just be, let's just really exhale right out through contact. I do that proactively, right? That's not a zone thing. I mean, zone to me is like the Zen deal where you don't think. For me, it's never, ever worked. So, but look, getting way off topic real fast this afternoon. But every morning at 8 o'clock Pacific, we do a What's the Right Shot live. And again, just a reminder, every day, right this time, 2:30 Pacific. I've got a couple of new playlists over at the YouTube channel. One of them is in 3 simple steps. For example, fill in the blank. Your top spin serve can look like this, right? It might be the top spin serve. It might be some other stroke. 60 seconds, under 60 seconds, I'm going to give you 3 little simple cues, kind of things to think about. Go out there and practice each one, and there you have it. And then the other one is, look, I think we can learn some stuff from the pros. I don't think we can learn exactly, well, here's how to hit Rafa's forehand. Really? No, we can't do that like Rafa does, but we can pick out something that we can copy and model. And for this example here, I picked out something Australian Open with Yannick Sinner, how he plays an overhead And really, there's a couple things in there. It's not literally over your head, right? And then I've got something else in that as well. So anyway, two new playlists for you over at the YouTube channel. And yeah, if you love this stuff, go ahead and click the like. Always subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell so that you get what happened here? Oh wait, hold on. Hold on. I need to go back, man. I'm sorry. Got a little ahead of myself to right there. Anyway, why do we feel compelled to rush? Okay. So I used to do this. I used to look for the exit in the point too early, right? I was sort of not really breathing through the point. I just sort of felt I was kind of hyperventilating. Maybe not literally, but I just wanted to rush to get the point over, right? I didn't feel that I could just stay in the point as long as I needed to until I got a really fat, juicy opening. And somewhere down the road, somewhere down, I just finally changed everything. I said, look, it's okay to stay in the point until you really get what you want. And it might not, look, I mean, it's not like we're pushing. I'm not saying that you're going to become a pusher and just get balls back just to stay in the point. No, we're still hitting high quality shots, whether you're back at the baseline, you're taking forehands, maybe you're rolling them up high into the ad side and the guy's backhand. I don't know. Maybe you're doing something else with it. But every shot, worst case, is a neutral ball that you're giving them. Worst case is they're going to touch it. Worst case is it's going to come back, but it's going to come back where it's not going to put you in trouble. All right. And until you finally get that ball where I assume they're going to touch it. I assume it's going to come back, but maybe they touch it and it doesn't come back. Or maybe they touch it and it does come back. And it's just really a fat, juicy opportunity that you can take advantage of and really do some damage. For me, it's always now a two-shot mindset. So let's talk about a little bit more about things that we do to rush. Like, for example, on the spin, on the top spin serve, lots of times we have a tendency to rush to finish it, kind of jackknife at the waist, so we get ready for that potential return before we've really finished the technique on the serve, right? Sometimes we feel on the return of serve, we got to get it back, and we gotta rush to get out of that. When we're returning serve in the deuce side, for example, we're pretty close to that service to the single sideline. What do? We rush the return to get back into the middle, and we don't hit the high quality return, or we miss it, right? Or we're playing a close match. Someone's really good over there, and we're right there with him. It's 3-all in the third set, and we just want to get this thing over with, right? We're not feeling great that we can stay in the point, as if the longer we stay in the point, bad things might happen. So you got to get yourself into a different mindset that you don't want to feel like you need to rush through things just for whatever reason. Maybe you don't trust yourself that if you stay in the point too long, fitness-wise, you're going to run out of gas. Well, that's a solvable thing, right? We can get fitter, right? Or you just feel against this guy that you're playing. This guy's better. This guy's better on paper, right? And if you've played this guy 10 times, you're going to win 5 out of 5. Maybe not. Maybe it's going to be 1 out of 10 times, whatever. But for that one time, I'm telling you, I'll bet you that you didn't rush to end the point as quickly as you try to do, or you feel you need to do, that feel like you're compelled to do in the other nine results. So got to get you feeling that it's okay to stay in the point. It's okay to wait for just a real fat, juicy opportunity. And it's okay to not have to rush through to finish stroke technique just to be sure that you get ready. Hope that makes sense. And hope this message gets through loud and clear. Because I see a lot in doubles. I see a lot of players in doubles. They just don't want to stay in the point. They just rush the return. They rush that first volley. When they're not really presented with a real fat, juicy opportunity. One way you can overcome this, and then this is a drill that I do from time to time, is I count, right? So I go up with the serve, and my goal is to get to like 3 or 4 or 5 in the point in terms of counting. So when I play the serve, I go up and I hit it, I just go 1. And whatever return comes back, again, this is assuming it's all a neutral ball. I just play the backhand or I play the forehand. And as I'm hitting, right at the moment of contact, I'm saying 2. And whatever comes back, the next one is 3, right? And so what I'm doing is, again, not pushing, but I'm really getting comfortable with shot tolerance. I'm really getting comfortable with not feeling compelled to rush. And I'm telling you, if you get to where you hit 4, you hit 5 shots in a point, you're either going to make that guy miss over there because his shot tolerance is he feels compelled to rush, or he's going to cough up something to you where now you got a real offensive opportunity to do some damage. Not saying you're going to win that every time, but still get out there and try counting, right? Return to serve, 1, whatever comes back from the server next, 2, and just keep that going. Again, I'm not saying it's pushing. You're hitting high quality balls, which means to me a high quality ball is something where the guy over there does not have any kind of offensive opportunity with whatever you presented to them. It's deep enough. You haven't taken time away from yourself. Maybe you're playing it right back up the middle. That's fine. But you don't feel compelled to end the point. You don't feel compelled to rush to look for the exit, to get out of the point, right? So, look, hope the message helped today. Guys, love to hear from you down below in the comments area. Let me know. Or you can shoot me an email, brent@webtennis.com. And now we can go through the rest of this stuff. And again, look, if you love this stuff, please hit the like, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. And yeah, tomorrow, who's doing what to whom. And if this is your first time hanging out with me, welcome. Thank you very much for finding me. I got a free course for you. It's about a 20-minute course, and it's private, but it's free. Go over to webtennis.com. You just drop in a first name and email address. You get access to it. Because what I want to make sure that you do is that you've got yourself during 80% of the match, which is not spent playing points. Literally 80% of the time we're in a match, whether it's in a tournament, league match, practice match, 80% of the time we're not playing points. It's either spent between points or on side changes. And when you manage that time really well, you have a tendency to play at the very top of your skill level and the upcoming point. We want to do that as often as we can. And if you don't manage the 80% of the match well, we tend to have a really wide skill level range, meaning sometimes you play up here at the top, but a lot of times you're playing way down at the bottom. You don't want to do that. The best way to create that situation where you're playing well for the 20% of the time, which is the points, is you manage with a 4 step-by-step between points routine. This is what I do. This is what helps me have the dream year I did in 2023, and it can help you if you want to start really playing at the top of your skill level, point after point after point. So, guys, the way to do that, go over to webtennis.com, drop in a first name, email address, and you will get access to that free private 20-minute course. That's it for me today, guys. It is time. We all got to get out there. We got to help someone else have a spectacular day. Guys, see you again next time.